Hello, thank you for being here. Welcome back to Dragon Buds, the Dragon Ball podcast by Mangaki no Tsukai. I'm your host, Jesse, and today, as always, I'm joined by a man who makes me look incredibly short if he stands behind me, my friend Adam.
Oh,
Hello.
hello, it's me, tallest man in the world.
How's the weather up there? That's so good.
That's a
How's
classic.
how's the weather up there in Puerto Rico?
I'm south of you.
Well, hey, how about to the west of us? He lives in a city out west, the founder of Capsule Corp, Evan. Hello.
Yo, what's up? I am the whitest man on earth.
Let's go, Evan to the motherfucking briefs.
That's what
what
they
I'm
call
talking
me.
about.
That's what they fucking call me, man. Hello, everybody.
So, as always, I like to have a little bit of a Dragon Ball pick your favorites kind of opening segment. Today, my question for you guys is who are your favorite Dragon Ball villains, movie included, and like underling villain as well? So, main villain, underling villain.
What do you count
Let's
as an
start with
underling villain?
like literally anyone who's not the main
Okay,
villain.
so like Ginyu Force would be an underling.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Let's start with Evan though.
If we're talking about like when Goku was a child, I feel like Tao Pai Pai is a good choice. For
That's a
like
great choice.
That's a good
main
choice.
villain. Tao Pai Pai was really cool. He's one of the few things I like vividly remember from Dragon Ball. Another is what we're actually going to be reading. Jesse, last time we talked, I think we talked about this. Where one of the only things I remember is them going into a cave, and we're going to get that. So that was a nice little
Oh,
surprise for me.
okay. Very cool. I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, Tao Pai Pai is on my list as well.
Oh, nice.
For like underling. I would classify him as, I guess. How about you, Adam?
Vegeta, does he count?
He's on my list, brother.
Let's
go.
go. Vegeta.
Of course he counts.
Yeah, I'd count him. But if we're gonna, I mean him. Broly is probably really high up there for me. Um,
Nice. Cool.
As a kid,
I always liked Broly.
As a kid, I loved Cooler.
Oh man, yes, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, Cooler was always just very like way cooler. No pun intended. Frieza, you know.
No pun intended. Come on, you're a
what
genius.
was the blue android from the movies?
Android 13.
Yeah.
13.
Yep.
Yeah, that he was always a cool one too. That was a cool movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
really like that movie.
It's pretty
not anymore.
It's pretty tough to actually just pick one. And I feel like Vegeta's a cop-out answer, but that's probably my pick.
I mean, shit, it's on my list. I mean, that makes it super legit.
Underling is kind of tough. Underling's kind of tough because they're not as memorable.
I really thought Zarbon was cool.
Zarbon, okay, yeah, I like Zarbon. That's cool. I was gonna say like maybe Raditz or Nappa.
How about Raditz? That man is such an important character to the story, and he just fucking comes and goes.
I know.
So interesting.
You really think they would have put him in anything else with how many, you know?
Yeah.
Especially just because of who he is.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like this man is Goku's brother who's telling him he's an alien, and he's gone in like 5 chapters.
It's fucking wild. I also really like Janemba.
Yes, Janemba's probably my favorite movie villain.
And then
also,
I think I'm gonna change my underling to Jason Birder. Just because I always fucking loved them as a kid, and they had that tandem power where they like just turned into moving colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were super fast.
Right, and then they got fucking dabbed on by Goku. He showed up in his supreme drip and fucking just dabbed on him.
Fuck yeah. Well, since you guys took all my answers, I guess I'll just give a shout out to Majin Buu, like the fat one, when he's a villain. Because, I mean, not to get too far ahead, but he comes after Cell, and goddamn, they could not be any different from each other. So.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, Cell was probably up there for me as well. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably the answer for a lot of people. I think if you ask a lot of Dragon Ball fans, they'll probably tell you Cell is one of their favorite villains of all time.
I'm gonna give Cell the best transformation in the anime into Perfect Cell. It's like completely fucking over the top, dude. I'll send you guys a video. I'll put it out on Twitter
Let's
at
go.
Mangaki Pod.
Check it out.
Follow it.
Check out the Twitter. Jesse does fantastic work.
Oh, he works so
Absolutely
hard.
grade A work that nobody is appreciating. Please check out the Twitter. Give Jesse that follow that he deserves. Give the pod the follow we deserve.
Yeah, these guys can do the tweets as well.
No,
But
no,
I
no.
do such a great job.
Right. It would
that
just pale
they
in
wouldn't wanna ruin
comparison.
that.
Exactly. I'd be embarrassed to put out a tweet next to one of your tweets.
It would feel so weird, and you'd be able to tell.
Right. People would be
Coming
like,
out with these fire tweets, and it's like, ooh, what's this stinker?
right. People would see that and be like, oh, they get a new intern or something. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. Start getting ratioed.
Yes. Start seriously. Get fucking ratioed by like Hasanabe or some shit.
All right, so fuck all this Dragon Ball Z talk with Janemba and Raditz and aliens. Let's go over to the West City, shall we, guys? Chapter 68 we're talking about. This week it's 68 through 80. General Blue Saga, as some people like to call it, but I don't want to get too specific there.
But it's all part of the Red Ribbon arc, yeah.
It sure is.
Yeah.
It's like a sub
Next
arc.
time we're going to be covering 81 through 96. It's going to be fucking awesome. I
I'm
can't wait.
I'm actually really looking forward because I've never read past this point, so that'll be fun. I mean, I have watched the anime when I was a kid, but I don't remember a lot of things past when they first meet I'm gonna butcher her name. I don't even remember it. Fucking I'm gonna say Bobbity, but that's definitely not the right answer.
Oh, Baba.
Yeah, Baba. Thank you.
Baba.
When they first meet her, that's like the last bit of Dragon Ball I can remember from when
Ooh.
I was a kid.
Ooh, that is such a good part.
That's one of my favorite stuff. That's some good stuff right there.
Bobity's in Z, right? That's the person that made Boo.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why
Okay.
I knew for a fact when I said it, it wasn't right, but I knew it was something close to that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually part of the Red Ribbon arc too, and like I said, next week is gonna be a fucking amazing chunk of chapters. The Baba stuff is gonna be awesome. However, I'll say at the top, the chunk of chapters we're talking about today, not my favorite, guys. I think the artwork had a lot of really cool looking moments, but the story of this little chunk,
it's a bit
not really
odd.
the best.
It's a bit odd. I felt like a lot of the things that happened in this, I was like, look, I know this is like goofy and like it's not super serious, but like I was like, how the fuck does any of this when we get to it, I'll bring it up. I was like, I don't fucking understand what the hell's going on. I actually, not for nothing, I was dreading reading this because I know I don't like this little arc we went through. I actually really enjoyed it, and I wanted to keep reading afterwards.
As did
Okay.
I.
Okay,
Same.
all right.
And I
good.
haven't really like felt that way too strongly
Right.
with Dragon Ball so far. I have because the format of this manga is so like episodic, and
Yeah.
it gets through its arcs pretty quickly, that I do want to read through it, but like I had so much fun reading this that I just like didn't want to put it down.
Yeah, I told you, I accidentally went into the next chapter because
Yeah.
I was legitimately just enjoying reading it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes me super happy then. Yeah. Well, then you guys just fucking buckle into your Quinto Moon because we're not even close to the best parts.
I would fall right through that Quinto. Are you kidding me?
One other yeah, hell yeah, me too. One other general topic to bring up at the top though is that last time it was Goku with completely new characters, going through Muscle Tower. In this arc, we get the return of Roshi and Krillin and Lunch and Bulma. So was that fun for you guys to have them back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone loves Krillin, I think, and it's always nice to have Bulma being a straight up pervert. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to have the gang back together. I mean, I know they weren't gone for too long, but it is very weird seeing Goku without everybody else.
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so cool. Let's get into the chapters now. Chapter 68. This one came out on April 1st, 1987. April Fools. It came out in 1986. You son of a bitch.
Ah, you had me. You got me. I totally fell for that. I believed you in everything.
I knew it.
So on page 3, we see Goku sticking out like a sore thumb in the city, and we get to see what a Dragon Ball Toriyama city actually looks like, which is a very cool look, kind of Star Wars esque. In fact, I think this building right here looks like R2D2. But
I was just
any
thinking it
any
looks
Dragon,
like
any
yeah,
manga.
Dragon
this
Ball
one right
Z
here.
fan,
Yeah.
any Dragon Ball Z fan knows what a city looks like in Dragon Ball. But this is actually the first time we're seeing one in the manga. So, and like I said, Goku just really sticks out here like a fish out of water.
Like a
He's
country
like getting
bumpkin.
yeah, he's getting kicked out of taxis and shit because he doesn't have money. He doesn't even know where he's going. um, and there's a scene where he comes across a street performer who's offering 100,000 zeni if you can beat him in a fight. And of course, they don't take Goku seriously, but Goku smacks him around a little bit and gets the guy to admit defeat by smashing a hole in the brick wall. So the guy just gives him the money, but then he's walking around just all this money out and about. He almost gets jumped by these goons. But the gag here is that, Goku beats the one guy up, and then the other guy trying to rob Goku is like, oh, you should go find the police and ask them for help.
Yeah.
Pretty good one there.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
funny.
so he actually he finds a random girl to point out a policeman, and when she does, he just gives her all the 100,000 zeni. So that came and went as quickly as Raditz, as we were just talking.
Nice.
So Goku draws a picture of Bulma for the policeman, and I think it's pretty accurate, guys. I don't know about you, but kind of looks just like her. It doesn't. A weird little detail. Weird little detail here is that the policeman uses his PDA, and he finds that there's 3 girls named Bulma. I don't know why Toriyama included that. It seems like it would be a pretty special name, There's 3 girls out there named Bloomers. Like, that's kind of weird, but okay. But yeah, so the policeman is surprised that Bulma is the daughter of the president of Capsule Corp. So we haven't learned that yet. So the officer takes him over to their building. And in the next chapter, chapter 69.
Nice.
Oh, it only
Need
happens once, baby.
Need I say more?
You gotta save for
No,
that.
sir. That's it. We just go to chapter 70 now. Don't even need to summarize the fucking chapter. Got everything we need right from the number, baby.
Bulma comes home and they start 69. But yeah, she ditched school for the day and she's happy to see Goku again. And she says it'll be no problem to fix the radar. That's why he's here, right? The radar was broken from our last read through. And the officer asks if maybe she can fix his scooter as well. So we see inside of Capsule Corp. And this is a pretty iconic location. It's just a big dome building, but it comes up a lot in the series. And inside there's a robotic maid, and there's an indoor garden that's so big that there's dinosaurs walking around with cats and dogs. So classic, Dragon Ball world stuff here. And we see an old scientist smoking a cigarette, always smoking a cigarette, with a black cat riding on his shoulder.
Yeah,
Always.
I love
riding on his shoulder.
I was actually gonna say when I was reading it and I got to this, I was like, oh, I fucking love that cat. I love the fucking cat. And then the fucking the translator note even says Dr. Brief's cat is the most awesome thing ever. And I was like, yes. It is. I fucking agree.
Facts,
I love
man.
that cat. God damn.
Absolutely.
It's adorable.
So,
It is.
Yes, this is Bulma's father. His name is Dr. Brief. There's actually not an S at the end there.
Pretty wild that.
and
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off there.
Oh no, it's okay. I just wanted to say that it's actually not his last name. His
Oh,
name is Doctor Brief. Yeah, a lot of people, know Bulma as Bulma Briefs, but it's not their last name. And I don't want to say when, but at some point in the series, there is mention of the fact that some characters have a last name when it's like an absolutely not common thing in the Dragon Ball world. So there actually is mention of that,
wait. So is
which further
Briefs his first
solidifies
name?
that. Yeah, his name is just Doctor Brief.
Oh,
Yep.
oh. I always fucking thought it was his last name, and I was like, I can't believe they named their son Trunks Briefs. That's so fucking weird.
Right. Yeah, but yep, nope, it's just Brief. And then in fact we'll also meet Bulma's mother in
Oof,
this
what a
chapter
looker! What a
or the next one.
looker,
Oh yeah.
Mrs. Brief.
That's about all she is though. She's a little ditzy.
She's a bit ditzy.
Uh
She's a bit ditzy.
she doesn't even have a name. Like even in the guidebooks they just call her Bulma's mom.
That's fucked
Uh
up.
but eventually Toriyama named her Panchi, which would be like panty.
Nice.
So
Let's go,
classic.
Toriyama. Well, I think when I first saw her, I was like, yo, Doctor Briefs, my man, he laid down the Mac. He picked up a hottie. Good for him. And then
Hey, Dr. Brief's a handsome guy.
he's just old though, he's like an old man. But
Well, he's also got them Buku books.
well, yeah, I didn't want to paint Bulma's mom as a gold digger, Evan. So, just wanted to try and be a little bit more respectful. But
Oh, I'm sorry for disrespecting fucking panties.
fucking
yeah.
Panchi.
I was gonna say a woman with no name. Yeah.
Well, and then I was gonna say I was like, yo, Dr. Briefs is macking, and then I was like, nah, he's just a perv. He's just straight up fucking pervert, as we will soon find out.
Who would have guessed an old man in Dragon Ball?
He's a pervert, yeah.
Yeah. So when Bulma introduces Dr. Brief to Goku, he's like, "Oh, you look much older than 12," because he's talking to the fucking policeman. So,
Yeah.
the guy's smart, but maybe not that smart.
All
so
book smart.
Cuts back real quick. We see that the Red Ribbon Army has received a picture of Goku, so they know what their enemy looks like now. And Red, flips out, orders him dead. Classic bad guy shit. Then we go back to Bulma's room, and again, there's an R2D2 like trash can on the floor. So,
look at that.
here's a fun little fact. Actually, I didn't have this written in my notes. Toriyama's very first submission into Weekly Shonen Jump was a spoof of Star Wars, and it was a spoof so much of Star Wars that they couldn't publish it. So he got rejected, which is a big inside joke of Toriyama always getting rejected by his editor. So yeah, he's a big Star Wars fan. Unlike us, we fucking hate Star Wars on this podcast.
We do shit on it.
Actually, I was gonna say that I believe Toriyama's a big Star Wars fan because actually that's more similar to like an R5 astromech droid that Uncle Ben buys and then it's broken in the first one. So
I remember.
In episode 4. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Damn
Spoken like a true hater, Evan.
Spoken like a true actually me. Good job, Evan.
Yeah, I tried.
Living meme. So they're chilling out in the room. She's fixing the radar, and she's just like, "Shit, man, there's no school tomorrow. I'm coming along with you for the rest of the adventure." Even though she has no idea about the Red Ribbon Army, so she's made quite the mistake here. But she has a solution for not being able to ride on the Cloud: the microband, a wristband that shrinks anyone down to pocket size. And of course, as she's demonstrating this, and she's very tiny, her mother walks in to the room and steps on her. Like we've already mentioned, her mom is best girl of the series, and she's also kind of an idiot. So she's a real character. She's a piece of work.
She's a real catch. Good for Dr. Briefs.
So Bulma's like, I need to get the fuck away from my goddamn family. and she takes off. She grabs a case of capsules off of her father's desks, or her father's desk, and the two head off with Mini Bulma riding in Goku's shirt. And she has made a big mistake with the capsules as well. Next
Can I just
chapter.
can I
Yes,
just
you
say
can.
I really enjoy how Dr. Brief just seems to not care what Bulma does. Just let her do whatever the fuck she wants to do because she's a genius, I guess. I really enjoyed that aspect of him. Her parents are great.
How you gonna force
They
a kid
are.
to go to school who invented a fucking machine that shrinks people? I mean,
Exactly.
does she need school? She
Exactly.
fucking made that. I mean, I don't know.
Did did Einstein go to school? I don't think so.
Did he? Did he not go to school?
No, he did.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
oh, good for him. Big ups,
You know who
Yeah.
Albert.
else didn't? You know who else didn't go to college? LeBron James.
LeBron James. He didn't. He went
He
right
went
from high school to the NBA because he's a genius.
right to the La Liga.
La Liga,
You know that's a Michael Scott quote, of course.
of course.
So next chapter starts off. We see Red and Black looking at their radar. They see that Goku is headed towards General Blue's location, and we see Blue on the bottom of page 3. This is his reveal. He looks like a Nazi, right?
Kind
Pretty
of.
sure.
Yeah, I think that's what he was going for.
Yeah. And as we all know, Nazis are bad.
That's true.
So
Generally speaking, I think most people will tell you Nazis are bad. Probably
I
depends on
would
who
say
you ask.
yeah.
used
I
to
would say
used to
yeah.
be all people would say yes, but lately it
Nowadays,
seems like
yeah, certain groups of people might tell you Nazis aren't so bad. Don't listen to those people.
Do you remember when Wolfenstein came out and people were like,
Oh my
"Oh,
god, I
video
know.
games are so political now"?
It's like, bruh, do you know how old that
What?
series is, bruh? Do you understand how old that series is, my guy?
it's like literally the first person shooter
It's like,
to ever
come on
exist.
now. What are we
But
doing?
even with the
Even
age
with
of the
that, even if
series,
someone made a fucking game about killing Nazis in the year 2021, if someone goes, "Oh, games are so political nowadays," that is just fucking, that blows my mind.
where's the 1950s far right representation, dude?
Yeah, where's
Yeah.
my game about killing communists during the Red Scare? Where's that game at? Huh? Naughty Dog? Huh?
I just wish games were like BioShock again.
Nice.
So we see General Blue. He's flipping out because they haven't gotten the Dragon Ball yet, as one does. And then a crew member says it's at the bottom of the ocean. And then General Blue just has somebody executed just for picking their nose. That
Yeah.
was a good one.
When
Oh,
that
good.
happened, I was like, they were like, he says like, "Oh, what a nice sound," and I was like, "A nice sound," and then the translator note says gunshot, and I was like, "Oh God, he actually fucking executed that guy."
Yeah, what a nice sound.
So they get word that Goku is headed to them. And when Goku and Bulma realize that the Dragon Ball's in the ocean, they head to a nearby island. And Goku offers to swim down there. But Bulma says, "That's primitive. I got capsules, baby." And she opens up the capsules, and it's actually filled with a bunch of her father's porno. And her fucking reaction on page 8 is so funny, dude. So much so that I was like proofreading over my notes, and I was like, "Oh, page 8 is funny. Let's see what it is." And I looked at it, and I just started cracking up. So fucking awesome reaction there. So yeah, that fucking sucks for her, obviously. So Goku decides, well, I guess I got to go down there then, and he gets naked as one does when Goku goes swimming.
Mhm.
And
He just
he can't
strips
hold
down and hops on Kinto. No shame.
So
God,
he
I
can't
wish
hold
I
his
had
breath
that
long
confidence.
he can't hold his breath long enough, so he goes to come back to Bulma, and then we get this like totally worthless scene of Bulma getting chased by these pilots who like want to fuck her, I guess. And she's
Yeah.
like, oh, you want to do something that like can't be shown in manga?
Yeah.
they chase her down and like shoot at her and stuff. So whatever. She calls for help and Goku fucking kills these guys. See you
He
later.
murders them. Murders them.
So Goku says they should head back to
Oh, shit, he actually
Kame-sen's
does like
house.
kill them, huh?
Even Bulma
mean-
says it so at the end. She's like, "You didn't have to do that much, did you? They were just perverts."
He just ignores it too. He's like, "Yeah, I got an idea. Let's go to Master Roshi's
Yeah.
house." He's like, just ignore.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, nothing perverted will happen over at Master Roshi's house, right, guys?
Nah,
Seriously,
I
what are
would-
they? What is Toriyama trying to say? That those two can't get away with it, but Roshi can? Is this fucking might means right or some shit?
So the next chapter, they head on over there. They're at the Kame house, and Muten Roshi says that they can borrow the submarine if he gets the microband in return. Bet nothing perverted's gonna happen with that thing, right, guys?
Yeah, probably not.
So they have to wait though for Kudin and Lunch to get back with the submarine, which we find out will also double as like a fucking hovercraft. So that's kind of a pretty cool submarine. Goes over, cuts to the Red Ribbon Army. Black points out that Goku must have allies like a genius scientist because of how advanced his radar is. And they're probably at the base right now. So they order Blue to go to Goku's location. And then there is the worst scene. And I say the worst scene because it probably is the worst scene in the whole series. This is the gag of Roshi using the microband to watch Bulma take a fat piss and shit, I guess.
Dude, I
And
gotta say, I knew this was coming as soon as he asked for it, and I did not think that it was actually gonna happen. So when I was reading this, I was in abject horror, like as it was unfolding in front of my eyes. But continue, sorry.
yeah, no, I just like I really don't know what was your plan, man? You want to see your butthole as it poop shit out? I don't know. He called
Yeah.
it shit poop.
Roshi's kind
That's
of a
exactly
freak.
it.
Yeah, I feel like Roshi would totally be into wet works or some shit.
So hey, what happens to perverts, guys? Roshi gets flushed down the fucking toilet,
Please don't let your
And he
children
didn't-
listen to this podcast.
and he didn't
It's
get
a
to
bit
see
too late.
coochie.
I do
God, I
like
hope there
I
are
do
no
like
parents
that.
like drive around when have this playing with their kids in the car.
I do
Fucking
like
turn that shit off. Come on, people.
I do like that he slipped and fell into the toilet. That's funny.
Yeah, he didn't get to see nothing, and he gets flushed on down there. So, legitimately though, the worst gag in Dragon Ball.
Pretty bad.
Potentially.
So
Got a lot of
Krillin
Dragon
and
Ball
Lunch.
left, so
Krillin and Lunch return, and Goku explains to Krillin what's been going on and everything, and he mentions this pirate treasure called the One Piece, and Krillin says he's going to help them find it.
nice.
So the three of them head off, but Bulma quickly realizes that she left the 2 Dragon Balls that they had at Kame House, and one of Blue's men sees the hovercraft headed to Blue's direction, and then he arrives at the island to find the quote-unquote old man scientist that they mistake, Roshi for. Next chapter, 72. We find out Blue's taken half of his group to follow Goku, and the other half is going over to the Kame house. And the crew seems to be right above the Dragon Ball, so Goku gets into this scuba gear, and it's a very, fun, cute look for Goku.
I was gonna say Goku's really cute in this chapter.
Yeah. So he is looking at the radar, and they figure out how to get into a cave down there. They can kind of see the layout of the land on the radar. Whatever works for the situation. So the whole fleet from the end of Star Wars Episode 9 shows up at Kame House. You know what I mean, Evan? And you know what I mean, right, Evan? When all the Avengers show up.
The
And then
only
Rey says-
interesting thing about that entire movie Of course.
Yeah, I
mean-
know what you're
You
saying.
mean when Ray says I am Iron Man? I think
Yeah. No, for real. The space battle above that planet was like the only interesting thing about that movie to me.
Yeah, the whole planet was a really cool setting. So Blue and his crew are in a big submarine and they are approaching Goku's location, and they open fire on their sub, and it's like right as they get into the cave though. So they just pretty much get out of there, and Goku wonders if it could be the Red Ribbon Army, which is the first time Krillin and Bulma are hearing about this, and that freaks them out because everybody in the world knows that's the biggest bad guys in the world so far, you know? So Blue follows them into the cave, and he gives the snipers the death penalty because they fucking missed the crew. So that's a good one. And the chapter ends with the other group arriving at the Kame house.
How the fuck does the Red Ribbon Army have any dudes? If every time they miss a shot, they get killed. Because it happens all the time.
It's like stormtroopers, bro. They just fucking make them in a lab or some shit.
So, Roshi has heard of the Red Ribbon Army before because, of course, they're the biggest bad guys in the world at this time.
Is there
like
no other army? Is there like a world government that has an army or something in this world, or no?
I don't know. I wonder if
I don't
we'll
think
ever
so.
find out about the government of the world.
Where's the
The
Blue
planet
Ribbon
is
Army?
riddled with warlords.
Is that
What do you
it?
guys think? Will we ever find out about the government of the Dragon Ball world?
I'm honestly thinking about
No.
it. I want to say no. I don't think any kind of government really gets mentioned.
I know there's a police force.
Right.
Is there like a
Other
president?
than that,
Is there like a president or a king of the world or something?
Yeah, Mr. Satan.
Fuck yeah.
He's king of the world, baby.
Not my president, brother.
That was a good impression. It sounded just like him.
So, Roshi fucking kicks the shit out of these Red Ribbon dudes, and it's pretty great. And I wanted to give a shout out to page 7. It's a really good. It's just a good page overall, but there's a really cool panel of him, catching a bunch of bullets. And
yeah.
that was a great page there.
Right before this page too, I was like, just shoot him. He's fucking fighting someone. You got like 3 guns pointed. Just shoot him. And then he did that, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. You're fucked. You're fucked. You catch your bullets.
Honestly, the coolest Roshi moment, maybe ever. Just I know guns mean nothing in Dragon Ball, but just I don't know, something about catching bullets and kung fu and shit. That's really
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Especially, I mean, he's immortal, but he's still a human, so it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, dog.
Then we get something. Then we get something even cooler than catching bullets, because this goon holds up lunch, and then the turtle uses a palm leaf to brush her nose so she can sneeze into the evil lunch, and then she starts firing back. That's pretty much as cool as catching bullets, I would say. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's up there. I like
No,
when
that's
she
fucking-
said
that's fucking
motherfucker and then punched the guy.
I was gonna
fucking
say
cross uppercut.
I wrote here. I love her line. Jesus Christ, I can't believe these bastards, because it reminded me of Shin.
Nice. Fucker!
Fucker! Fuck yeah.
He's
dude.
just like stomping his kidneys. He's already dead, basically. Fucker! Shipper brains, maggot.
Oh my god. Another funny thing here is after Roshi beats everybody up, he tells the one remaining goon to clean up the mess.
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that was funny.
Meanwhile, Goku reaches an air pocket in the cave, and I guess here they ditched the submarine. I guess I said they ditched it before, but Blue gets a radio call telling him that everybody was defeated at the Kame house, and he says he'll just have to handle it himself. Moving on to the next one. I wrote here in my this is chapter 74. I wrote in my notes, it's really dark in this cave until Goku finds the button that turns off the screen tone.
Nice.
That's funny.
That was funny. That was really
So-
funny, Jesse.
So he scares Bulma by wearing a skull over his head as a mask, and Bulma's yell tips off Blue's team to their location. And then they come across this thing that I'm calling Booby Trap Lane. It's just this big, obvious trap. But Krillin is like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong," and they're like, "Are you sure, dude?" He's like, "No, it's fine, it's fine." Like, the fuck is that about? I didn't get that at all.
I don't understand any of this fucking cave at all. This cave doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't. Thank you for. I'm glad somebody else brought this up.
This
and
is what
so
I wanted
early,
to talk
too.
about. This is what I wanted.
Of
Like,
course.
this cave. What is this cave?
Yeah, of course. Well, I guess it's like this is like it leads to the Pirates Cove or whatever. So this is the booby trap.
Sure.
But this looks so. It looks like.
But
I
why
don't know,
is
it
the
looks like there's
pirate dead? Did he die in his own traps?
Oh right, yeah, because this is Gold D. Rogers, right?
Yeah.
Like his-
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, on page 5, they
Well,
show you
yeah,
the dead
right.
pirate, and he's not even at the booby trap thing yet, but I would assume he's the one that set it up, or his goon squad set it up. Right?
Also,
Yeah, I have no idea.
aren't they like 500 feet underwater? Or
That's
some shit?
right. How did the Dragon Ball end up where it ended up? Because it's not even like it got into this cave and then it went even further down into a different part of the cave. Like, how did that work? Like, the Dragon Balls just fly off. Shouldn't it have just been in the ocean?
Honestly, I buy that the Dragon Ball flew off into this cave more than the cave itself actually exists. Because like at least that's like, oh, magic, it disappears, you gotta find it, whatever.
Sure.
This is like, no, a bunch of like fucking golden age of pirates made like an underground cave. I don't know,
like a high
Fucking-
tech, like, and like not just a cave, Evan, with booby
it's
traps.
electric.
It's a
There's
whole fucking
electricity.
city. It's a whole city. Is like buildings in there and like a port for their like modern, not submarine. Maybe it's a submarine, but it doesn't look like one ship.
Their fucking robot.
It looks exactly like the secret little city in that in the fucking level of Super Mario 64 where the water goes up and down. If you have it
Yes.
all the way up, you can swim down to the secret city.
Oh,
It looks
yeah, yeah,
exactly like the pirate cove. Even the colors, because we get that colored chapter. It's like even the colors are the same thing. So, you heard it here. Goku inspired Mario.
Let's go.
Hey, and
Even
I
his
do have
jump,
to-
bro. Even his jump inspired Mario.
Even his long jump.
Look at page 9.
I do have to say that is the worst level of Super Mario 64.
Is that the worst level?
Wet
so.
Dry World it's called, and I don't think it is. I think you're wrong.
What's the one fucked up world? Oh my god, where it's just like a fucking it looks like a pinball machine, but it's like going up and down.
Oh wait, are you talking about Sunshine?
Yeah, I think you're thinking of
I'm thinking of
Sunshine.
Sunshine. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's with the
The
pachinko.
pachinko thing.
yes, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
I didn't play a lot of 64, so.
So yeah, let's get back. Let's get to this fucking stupid cave. It's obviously like Krillin steps on a button and a spear goes flying across the hall, which is obviously what the fuck would happen in this room. So Goku
course.
takes a running start. He hits Z and A like Adam was saying. He does the long jump, and he gets over the whole trap. Krillin tries to do the same thing, but he smacks into the ceiling. And
Impressive.
Might fuck this whole thing up.
I might fuck this whole thing up.
But he's okay. Goku saves him, and then Goku tells Bulma to jump over.
And she
He's
pulls
like,
a
"You fucking idiot."
She pulls a straight up tiny dinky Daffy and gets fucking pancaked by a drunk dump truck driver.
Dude, I'm impressed. I would not have been able to say those words. I would jumble them up.
Please,
So,
season 2 when?
Oh my god. I'll sign up for Netflix. Are you listening, Netflix? I know you are. Also, I'll re-sign up for you. So he extends the Nyoibo and carries her across. Meanwhile, Blue sends out all of his men on the offensive, only to hear screams come from down the hall. And then on page 14, we see all of them just speared against the wall. Every single person ran in, even though one guy died, they just kept running in one after another. They all got dead. Except I guess the gag here is like a dead guy is like, oh, we all fell for it.
Yeah.
So
I like that he's got the whole like hand behind his head thing going on.
yeah. Yeah, so like pretty good. And then
Yeah, it's a good bit.
blue is like, oh, there must be some kind of secret passage, and he just finds a button on the wall and fucking goes through the secret passage.
I'll be honest
Whatever.
with you. Blue is a bit more impressive than I give him credit for. I know a lot of this is like gaggy stuff, but like he's pretty intelligent. He's like, okay, there's a switch, right? And he's just like, yep, this is it.
Blue may be the first actually competent villain we've seen so far.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think a lot of the people in the Red Ribbon Army, maybe not the Muscle Tower guys, but
no, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
The rest of these folks are doing just fine. They're the biggest bads yet.
Biggest bad.
So chapter ends with them arriving in the Pirate Cove. Next chapter, we get a nice, beautiful new volume art of Tao Pai Pai, everybody's favorite. And you guys know who this cat is, right?
Corin, dog.
Yeah, of course.
Right, okay. Yeah. It is actually Karin, but it is Corin in the English dub. I don't know why.
Fuck me.
I think because I don't know, maybe they thought it was like Karen or something. They didn't want to call him Karen. But
that's weird.
I don't know why it went from Karin to Corin, but
it's spelled with an O or it's spelled with an A?
Spelled with an A in Japanese, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, these two fuckers are awesome characters, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing them soon.
Yeah, I like Tao Pai Pai a lot. I don't really know much about Corin. Besides, he's just like he has the tower and he's friends with Yajirobe. And he's got the sensu beads. I know.
Right. That's his big thing. But he does a bit more than that, so I'm excited for us to get to him. We also get a nice, title page in color on page 6, and we get some full color for a little bit. So Bulma says this massive submarine had to have been from before capsules, or BC in the Dragon world, and there's got to be another exit out of the cave.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
What do you think? Stupid logic? Reaching.
I think it's reaching. I also think the fact that this submarine is a relic or an older thing is a bit fucking ridiculous, because it doesn't. I mean, it looks like it's older because it's rusted and dirty and hasn't been used, but I don't know if this looks like a pretty modern fucking submarine that has a deck with a cannon on it.
Yeah. I totally
First off, look at where they're at. They're in a deep underground submarine base. Like, what?
That's a relic of the past, idiot. Come on.
It's been a few hundred years, dude.
Yeah, that.
Well, I guess they also do have flying cars and capsules and shit, so.
Yeah. And dinosaurs, so I don't know how anything can be a fucking well.
Could you imagine the next Jurassic World movie? It turns out that it's the prequel to Dragon Ball.
Chris Pratt is Son Goku.
They've let the dinos out in the wild. But now, fuck, I don't know where I was going to go with that. Those fucking movies sucked ass.
Valiant effort.
Jesus.
Valiant effort.
So Blue's spying on them, and he says that he should let them find the treasure before killing them. How about that logic? That's pretty smart.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, God. On page 8, we see Goku senses a strange presence, and they get attacked by a robot xenomorph from Alien with a sword.
Nice.
Pretty cool design. Obviously, inspired by the xenomorph.
I remember this thing a lot because I played the Legacy of Goku on Game Boy Advance, and this was a boss in the game that was a little difficult.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't know if you guys ever played
Nice.
that, but that
I
game,
I
did.
didn't.
I beat that game so many times. I loved that fucking game.
Yeah, I know people love them.
The only thing that sucked it was, I mean, they made more, but that one only went up to fucking the Frieza fight.
Mm. Yeah, I think they made 3 of them, right?
They did, yeah.
But the third one wasn't really called that, right? It was just called like Boo's Fury or something.
Right, yeah. I didn't play any of the other ones besides the first one, though.
Yeah. Speaking of Frieza, this is not the only xenomorph reference we're gonna get in Dragon Ball, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So Goku and Krillin beat this thing up for a little bit, and I wanted to shout out Krillin karate chopping the sword in half. Very badass moment from him. Goku tells Krillin to take Bulma and find the Dragon Ball, and Blue chases those two. And Goku throws the robot into the water, only to be pulled in after him. The fight isn't too crazy. It goes on for a couple pages. It's pretty much just like Goku gets out of the water and baits him out, and then he dives down into him and punches through him pretty much. Um, Page 18 is where we see that. That's a really great looking page, though. Like the fight's nothing crazy, but it looks really cool. Like the artwork is done really well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that explosion though from the robot, you know, getting its life ended by Goku, it starts making the cave crumble. So everybody really starts hurrying up. And Krillin draws an arrow on the floor to signal Goku, but Blue erases it and draws it the other way. Uh-oh.
What could that mean?
Next chapter, Bulma and Krillin hit a dead end and they have to start swimming. So Blue follows them as well. And Goku makes it to his dead end only to fall through a trap door landing on an enormous octopus that wants to eat him. Is this who you were talking about, Evan?
Wait,
when
what?
When you were talking about the enemies before, were you talking about this octopus? Or
No,
no?
I don't. No, no.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, when we were talking about the Dragon Ball villains before, who were you talking about? For some reason, I thought it was this guy.
I said Tao Pai Pai.
Oh, okay. So you meant, I guess, when we see him on the artwork before.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I gotcha. I gotcha. For some reason, I thought you meant this fucking octopus.
yeah. Cow
uh,
Pai Pai, Takoyaki. You know.
apparently, apparently, this thing's name in the anime only, they call him Octopapa. I, uh, I don't know. I guess that's the Japanese term too. I don't know. It's pretty funny.
One Piece had a
Name.
better name for their octopus. Just saying.
What is it?
Surumi. Surumi.
Tsurumi?
Yeah, it's like a Norse mythology name for the kraken that they run into.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? The kraken.
I do. I think that's like right towards the end of my reading.
Yeah, they run into him right before Fishman Island.
Mm-hmm. So this octopus wants to eat Goku naturally. And it's kind of funny. Goku's like, "Nah, I'm in a hurry, man. I gotta get out of here." But it starts slamming Goku around a little bit until our boy fires a Kamehameha right at his face. And actually, the only time we've seen a Kamehameha, I think, this whole little chapter. So that's interesting. I just thought of that.
Yeah, it's the
Uh,
only one.
so we cut to Krillin and Bulma surfacing and actually finding the pirate treasure. Holy shit!
Oh my god.
And then Blue finally makes his presence known and says that the treasure belongs to the Red Ribbon Army.
Who would have thought
Uh,
Krillin and Bulma would have been the first ones to laugh tail? Fucking wild.
so Bulma starts climbing all over him, all over General Blue, saying that he's just her type. But Blue shoves away Bulma, saying that girls are gross and they gross him out. And then Bulma and Krillin call this man gay. They use a Japanese slur. They use the word okama. Our translator here decided to go with a word that I believe is a bit more harsh than that. I won't say it here on the podcast. Don't endorse that word. But yeah, it's actually not really that nice of a thing to call people. And Blue says that. He says, "Hey, don't fucking call people that." And he starts, beating up Krillin, beating up Krillin. I mean, and but so I wanted to I wanted to talk to you guys outside of this. I mean, we still have some more of General Blue, but outside of them like calling him gay, did Blue come across as like a huge gay stereotype to you guys, or did he not really seem like that? Because I honestly feel like he is not like cartoonishly gay or anything, and
I
you
didn't.
might not even notice unless they tell you. You know.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, I don't think Toriyama portrayed him in like any kind of gay or flamboyant way at all.
Yeah,
I
he wasn't like stereotypically flamboyant or whatever
I
type at
thought
all.
I thought his character trope was that he's just like a
A
germaphobe.
Nazi. I thought he
Well,
was a
yeah.
Nazi.
Well, yeah.
Right.
That's all I was thinking about him.
But yeah, I thought from the kill that guy for picking his nose. That's gross. Thing I was like, okay, he's like fucking, he's Howie Mandel. Like, you got to fist bump
Right.
him. You can't touch him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't make you think, wow, what an okama, right?
Right, exactly. I was like, this guy just doesn't like germs.
But yeah, that word, I was reading around about it a little bit. I think it's like a pretty dated term. And there's actually this series called Dragon Ball SD. It's written by a woman who, Evan, you'll know this. You remember that OVA that came out about Bardock getting sent back into time and he like goes Super Saiyan and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Uh,
I do remember that.
yeah, she actually wrote that, and she started with this series called Dragon Ball SD, and it's like an SD, like character designs, and it's like a abridged version of Dragon Ball, and but it's like super meta, like there's a bunch of meta jokes and stuff,
Okay.
and I know that in this scene, Krillin says that word or whatever, and Bulma's like, "Hey, man, you shouldn't say that word anymore." Um, So yeah, this came out in the mid '80s. Um, so I just wanted to address that though. But one other thing I wanted to talk about is I know that word gets used in One Piece a lot with the certain like race of people. Um, so I just kind of wanted to pick your brain about it a little bit, Adam. I think that like it's obviously I don't think used negatively the word like in One Piece. I especially don't think that like Oda would get away with that nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was negative, I don't think it's ever been negative, and I feel like maybe it's one of those cases where like I don't know if this is like wrong to say, but like they own the word kind of, like one of those situations.
Right.
So I don't know too much about the Okama people. Like I know the Okama way thing and stuff, but I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to add about it.
Yeah. I never really thought. I mean, I'm not gender fluid or anything. But I never thought it came off as like a mocking thing. I always thought Oda actually made the Okama seem really cool, and
Right.
obviously the king, their king slash queen, Iva. I always thought they were awesome as a character, and their like right hand person, the character that uses the scissor fruit. But I actually looked into it. I like Googled like, are people upset that Oda would use Okama and like Okama way and like have a whole group of people that are transgender and cross dressing. And from what I've read online, and I don't want to generalize people because I'm sure there is probably some people that are not happy about it, but a lot of people on Reddit, some people were like, hey, for all the people that are transgender and fans of One Piece, like, what do you guys think about this? And all the things I was reading, everyone was like, no, the Okamas are really cool. We all like the Okamas. But that doesn't mean everybody is okay with it, right?
Right. No, I get you. Um, yeah. So just a little thing that I figured we should touch on a little bit, talk about. Um, yeah, like I said, like I don't really think Toriyama throws Blue under the bus as just a big gay stereotype either. So just something I wanted to talk a little bit about.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
rest of no, go ahead.
all I was gonna say was, I just to reiterate, I don't think Blue was painted in a homosexual way at all.
Yeah.
I have a little more to say about that next week or next time, I guess, because we still see Blue. I just know that in the anime they kind of play him up a little bit, actually, in like a really really terrible ways, actually. That I'm glad are not from Toriyama's pen.
Mm. Oh no.
In the
But
anime they
yeah,
do.
in the anime, yeah.
Oh,
I just remember him being
Yeah.
British.
I don't know if that's in the Japanese, but
also the so this came out in the 80s, right? So comedy was a bit different, right? Things were a little
for
bit.
sure, yeah.
People were definitely a
That's
little
what I
bit
was
more
saying,
okay
yeah.
with things. The Okama stuff came out like the 2008, 2009s, 2010s.
Right.
So like I don't think it would have been acceptable for Oda to get away with something if people were upset about it. Like I think that wouldn't have flown, at that
Totally.
point.
Totally.
So I don't think a lot of people were actually upset about that, nor do I think a lot of people are. But again, I don't want to, generalize that because there might be people out there that are upset about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well. Okay. Moving on. So the chapter's pretty much over at this point. Like, uh, like I said, Blue starts beating up Krillin, and we see Goku eating the octopus, which is hilarious. And he hears the battle and head towards the location, which is weird. I don't understand how he heard them. He has to like swim there. I don't understand how he heard them, but okay.
Yeah, whatever.
So the next chapter, Krillin actually manages to give Blue a nosebleed, which really pisses him off, and we get to see Blue's special power of like this, psychic telepathic paralysis, and he really gets the upper hand here.
I was gonna say something, but I feel like it'll get explained later. I just don't understand his power. Or they don't really explain it in the chapters we read, so maybe in the next couple of chapters they'll explain.
I don't know if they will. It's just pretty much like I think if you maybe make eye contact with him, he can lock you in. But it's pretty much just like, you know, he can paralyze you, I guess, with his with his gaze. Am I right?
Nice. Yeah, and it wasn't even the gaze thing; it was the rope thing that I was more confused about.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
I'm
Right. Yeah.
willing to
So
bet
okay, I
that the
guess.
rope thing and the gaze thing are both like psychic ability. It's the only
Right.
thing that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Right.
Right. So yeah. Okay.
I'm willing to
forgot about that.
I'm willing to put money on the table. Toriyama had no idea what he was thinking.
Nope.
It's just like, hey, let's give this guy telepathic powers.
Right.
We'll never see that again. Right.
Right. I'll never have to explain this. This guy ain't gonna be in the series that long. Whatever.
So Bulma acts like an idiot, trying to seduce him again, even though we just saw that this didn't work. Last chapter. Maybe Toriyama had to remind new kids of this chapter. That this guy doesn't like girls. But Bulma's just an idiot.
That's true.
He yells and scares her away, and he goes to smash Krillin's fucking skull in with a rock until
Dude,
Goku jumps out right at the
traumatizing.
nick of time. Yeah, right? Like, god damn. That would have been awful. But Goku jumps out looking like Gohan jumping out of the Saiyan pod thing.
Nice.
Longtime fans will get that one. Bulma tells Goku that the man is from the Red Ribbon Army, if that wasn't obvious. And he hits him right in the Raccoon soft spot.
Nice.
That's where he learns it.
And he lands a few good hits on him, but ends up getting hit by Blue's paralyzing powers. as well. Next chapter, 78. Blue knocks down Goku, pulls a shotgun out of a capsule. Kind of hilarious. And, like, who has time for this type of move? But pulls the shotgun out of the capsule, demands Bulma tells him where the Dragon Ball is. And even after she tells him where it is, he says he's still going to kill Goku. And Bulma cries about being murdered, even though she's so cute, to which Krillin gives her a huge side eye. That was a pretty funny panel. And just as Blue goes to pull the trigger, a tiny mouse runs nearby and absolutely freaks out Blue. So Goku's broken free of the telekinesis there and sends Blue flying with the John Ken, the other trademark move. The cave is really falling apart, and Goku tells the other two to go on without him. He jumps into the little lake where the Dragon Ball's supposed to be, and he swims down there and he finds it and stuffs it in his shirt. And when he comes back out of the pond, he sees the mouse that saved his life. And so he stuffs it in his mouth, to which I fucking say, I love you, Goku. And Bulma and Krillin luckily find a submarine that works. So they just got to wait for Goku to get there. Next, chapter 79. I just wanted to say I love Goku running on page 3. He's just like running, everything looks good, and then he just gets smacked with a rock.
Yeah, I honestly expected at that point like he accidentally swallows the mouse or something.
Yeah, because the mouse's tail is just like sticking out there.
Right.
And then he runs right past them. I thought that was really funny too.
Yeah.
Just runs right past them in the submarine. They're like, get the fuck over here. So he gets in there and things are going okay until the sub runs out of fuel. And Goku says, fuck it. Blast a Kamehameha. Okay, I forgot about that one. Blast a Kamehameha to propel them forward. And it knocks the top right off of the submarine. So good thing no one drowned or anything.
Yeah, good thing the pressure of being at the bottom of the ocean didn't kill anybody.
Yeah. But hey, man, it works. Page 10, we see them breaking out, and Goku carries everyone away on the Kintoon. And then Blue also surfaces, which is like, Blue, how the fuck?
How?
I know. They made
How?
such a big stink about getting in this submarine to get out of this, and Blue's like, yeah, I'm fine, whatever.
Just fucking fine. Telling you, he's a psychic. He's got telekinesis.
So yeah, that was a weird one. But Bulma says that she's happy to have such a great friend like Goku, and Kuririn comments that she was literally about to leave him for dead. So they steal a Red Ribbon helicopter and they head on back to Kame House. And Bulma managed to hide a giant diamond in her underwear and gives it to Krillin as payment for destroying Muten Roshi's submarine. And after all, she's already rich. So Krillin responds by smelling the diamond to see if it stinks or not, which of course Bulma freaks out about and is disgusting. But I ask you, does this man have a fucking nose or what?
You don't have a nose. You can't smell him.
So, yeah, but goddamn. I feel like most of the pervy jokes are actually like done now. Like the the one of Roshi, trying to watch her piss and shit. I feel like that's like the last big thing, and like, so in the next arc, the story starts getting a bit more serious, and then it just keeps getting more serious from there, I would say. So, and then by the time we get to like Boo, the gags are like better and not so perv driven, So luckily, I think we're out of the perv stuff with the smell of the fucking pussy diamond here.
Good God.
So,
that's my favorite movie too. Pussy Diamond.
Pussy diamond.
So this chapter ends. We see Blue is following them. Last chapter, chapter 80, wrapping it up for today.
Woo!
As soon as they get back to Kame House, Blonde Lunch steals the diamond from Roshi and dips in the helicopter.
And she smells it, and she's like, "What the fuck? This is rank."
She's like, "No wonder Krillin could smell this without a nose. God damn."
Girl, your pH off.
Your pH off.
Jesus.
Your pH levels are acidic as hell. What the fuck?
So fucking A, man. Blue shows up and he's eavesdropping until he decides to jump out, and he ties everybody up with these ropes like we were just talking about.
Real quick,
yes, it is telekinesis, but yeah, what do you want?
We're just gonna ignore the fact that he jumped out of a plane, like all the way up, and just landed on his feet and like didn't fucking break his knees or like he's just. It's not like he's Goku, right? I mean, I feel like anybody else. Look how high up he was. I mean, look at page fucking.
Adam.
He literally sees the curvature of the earth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look how fucking high up. Well, he's a psychic, I guess. So I guess that's fine.
Adam, listen. He is the biggest bad in the world at this point.
I guess that's true.
He is. He's not lying.
So yeah, he fucking ties them up, and he takes the Dragon Balls from inside the house, and he sets a bomb for 5 minutes. So that obviously freaks everybody the fuck out. And Bulma and Roshi here make a last-ditch effort to join the Red Ribbon Army, which is awesome. But the Red Ribbon Army doesn't need women. That's an important detail. We'll see if that's true or not. So he takes off in the plane, and then Blue Hair Lunch comes back, and she unties Goku, who throws the bomb up into the sky right at the last second. Thank God, nobody dies.
I like...
He jumps... Go
ahead. I just want to say before we go past this scene, I like that when she comes back, they're like, "You gotta throw that bomb away," and she's like, "It's heavy, but I could probably carry it to the garbage."
Yeah. That's
awesome.
Fucking stupid. No wonder Toriyama forgot about her.
So Goku jumps right onto Kinto-un, and he fucking takes off, and he catches up with Blue right at the end of the chapter. That's where we're gonna leave it for today. Guys, I ask you this. What's gonna happen next?
Well, I kind of know what happens next. Accidentally.
Oh, that's true. You literally just saw. So
I at least know where they're going next.
Yeah, we know Tao Pai Pai's coming up, right?
Well, that I don't know. Because I didn't read it. But I know the name of the next chapter is called Penguin Village.
Ooh, I wonder what could happen over there. Well, like always, I did say this was not my favorite chunk of chapters, probably my least favorite chunk of chapters in all honesty, but of course I did have fun talking about it with you guys. Did you guys have fun with this one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed this chunk of chapters, Jess. I gotta say. I hate to disagree with you on this one, but I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I was.
No, honestly, I'm glad, just because that makes me really excited for you to fucking love the next stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I've read up to this point about twice. This will be the third time, and both times I was like, "Man, this shit's boring." I actually enjoyed it. I don't know why. I was legitimately like, "Man, I'd like to read more." So
cool. Very cool.
Same
Well,
to
we
you,
will
bro.
read more next time. It's going to be 81 through 96. I'm very excited for that. Next week, however, of course, we're putting on our dunce pieces. Headed into the Grand Line, we're going to be talking about chapters 56 through 68 of One Piece. And we're going to be finishing up the Baratier arc, correct?
Oh, yes. We will be finishing the Baratier.
Right on.
And might be a nice little treat at the end of that. Something might happen at the end of that thing.
Oh, my.
Ooh, so excited.
Well, color me intrigued, my friends. We'll have to see you all there next week in Dunce Piece. Until then, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Leave a comment. Let's talk. You know what? I've never mentioned this. If you go over to our Anchor page, you can leave us a voicemail, which we could potentially play in an episode if you guys want to get crazy. Someone
Oh.
fucking do it. Be the
I would
guy.
love that.
I didn't know they could do that. What?
Yep. You can leave a voicemail. You can find the link in our motherfucking description box, motherfuckers.
Is like a
Hit the
number you
goddamn
call?
link. Yeah, it's like through Anchor. It's through Anchor.
Really?
So,
That's interesting.
but yeah, all right. We'll talk to you guys and gals and everybody else later. I love you. Take care.
Good night.
Later, everybody. Love you.